Hello, boys and girls. Happy Tuesday. Today we'll be working on day 6 tasks. Today you're going to start a new book in our Reading Street series, and it's called The Gardener. I want you to read this book. You can also access this book on YouTube. The YouTube link is provided on the sheet that I gave you, okay? And then you're going to be working on your vocabulary worksheet. And then also, if you have some free time today, this is completely optional. If you want, you can watch the Stone Fox movie for fun. I also provided that YouTube link there, okay? So if you have just some free time or anything, you can go ahead and watch the movie. Today for math, we are going to be doing some practice review pages, and then we will be doing a math packet, okay? Then you'll be practicing again on some cursive, because we need that. And then you're going to be doing part of a flower worksheet in reading. Okay, so for today, for math, we will be starting on equivalent fractions. To start off, I have a video, and I have it pulled up on my screen right here behind me, my TV, and I'm going to let you watch this video. So, let's do that. I'm going to bring the phone closer to my TV. Okay?
Called Construction Zone Math. Equivalent fractions. But what's an equivalent fraction? Let's take a look. If we get a fraction 1/4, well, before we even draw a picture of 1/4, let's identify what each part of the fraction is so we know exactly what we're drawing. 4 is the denominator, or the bottom number. That shows you how many pieces a fraction is broken up into. For this fraction, I know that it's going to be broken up into 4 equal pieces. The top number is the numerator. The numerator tells me how many of those pieces are shaded in. In this fraction, 1 is shaded in. To make an equivalent fraction, we want to make a fraction that has the same amount of space shaded in. So for example, an equivalent fraction to 1/4 could be 2/8. To show this in a picture, instead of cutting our fraction into 4 pieces, we'll cut our fraction into 8 pieces. Now, instead of shading 1 piece in, we'll shade 2 pieces in, because the numerator is 2. If you look closely at these pictures, or you can imagine them on top of each other, you'll see that they take up the exact same amount of space. The same is true when you look at fraction bars. We're just looking for fractions that might have different numbers, but take up the same amount of space. Let's read the directions and get started with our worksheet.
All right, so I hope that gives a little insight of what we will be doing. Make sure you can see me. Yep. Okay, so I'm gonna have you open up your equivalent fractions worksheet, and I want you to turn to this page. It looks like there's a fruit pizza on this page, so turn to the page that has fruit pizza, okay? And we're gonna just sorry, my nose itches. Go over some important information. So our vocab today that we are learning is equivalent fractions. So equivalent fractions are fractions that name the same part of the whole. Okay? They have the equal and they are equal and have the same size. So, let's look at example 1. Noah has 1/2 of a fruit pizza. How could Noah cut the pizza into smaller, equal size pieces and still have half of the whole pizza? So, you don't have actual fraction tiles, but they have some on the side of your paper right here. It shows you your fraction tiles, okay? So here it shows 1, okay? And then down here it says if you cut it into half, you'll have half right here, okay? And then it says if you break it down into fourths, you'll have 2/4 of a pizza. And if you break it down into eighths, you'll have 4/8 of a pizza. Okay, so it just wants you to break down the fraction into smaller numbers to see if you can still have half a pizza with smaller pieces, okay? So for example, if we were to break down our pizza into 8 parts, I'm going to draw it right here. We have 8 parts, right? Okay, well, what is 1/8? Let's circle 1/8, okay? Or color in 1/8. We have 1/8. 2/8, 3/8, and 4/8. So looking at our fraction bar, the red one, 1/8, if we have our pizza cut into 8s and color 4, we still have half a pizza, because right, it's cut in half, correct? Yeah. So it's just helping you break down the fraction into smaller parts, okay? So let's look at number 1. Use 1/4 fraction tiles to equal the length of the half fraction tile model. How many 1/4 tiles are there? So look at your yellow tiles. How many are there? There's 4. So you have 4 tiles. So 1/2 is 2/4, okay? So now it's asking how many fractions are shaded. Or hold on, so 1/2, there are. So there's 2 fractions. They represent the same part of one whole. So he could cut the pizza in the already half pizza into 4 parts. So here's your 4 parts. And you could shade 2, and you'd still get half a pizza. Okay? And then I already did it with the 8th one. So how many 1/8 tiles are there? There are 8. So 1/2 equals 2/4, and then 2/4 equals 4/8. How many fractions are there? 4 and 1/8. There's 4 fractions in 1/8, okay? So half of the fruit pizza is the same as 2/4 or 4/8, okay? Let's turn the page. So here's an example of a word problem. We're on page 602 of our packet. It says Kwan's bookshelf has 3 shelves. One of the shelves has books. Kwan says 1/3 of the shelves has books. So 1/3 of the shelves. Okay, so he has 3 shelves. And 1/3 of them have books. Okay. For example, he has 3 equal parts. This top shelf has books, okay? His mom says 2/6 of the shelves have books. So, his mom is thinking, well, the bookshelf is broken up into 6 parts. So his mom sees the bookshelf like this, okay? Well, this still has 1/3 because in this fraction there was 1/3, okay? But if you look at it like this, with 6 parts, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, how many parts are shaded? 2. So there's 2/6. So 1/3 equals 2/6. So is Kwan or his mother correct? Think about that. Well, if you think about it, they're both correct because 1/3 equals 2/6, okay? And like it also shows you on this number line. It shows you that 1/6 is in the same, or 1/3 is in the same spot as 2/6. Okay? So let's read on. 1/3 of one whole shares the same point on the number line as 2/6. They are both correct. See, I told ya. 1/3 equals 2/6. So there are fractions, okay? So there are that many fractions. How many fractions are there? And 2/6. There's 2. Right? Yeah. So, guided practice. Complete the number sentence with an equivalent fraction. So 1/2 and 1/4 and 1/4. So 1/2 equals how many 4ths are there on that fraction tile? Okay, how many 4ths are there? There are 2 4ths. So you're going to have 1/2 equals 2 4ths. And boys and girls, if we were in school right now, I would be letting us play with fraction tiles. I know this is a little tricky, but that's why it's great that this math packet has fraction tiles laid out for you already. So, just bear with me, okay, boys and girls? All right, let's go to independent practice. We'll do a couple problems here, and then I'll let you go on your own, okay? Just like we do at school. So, complete each number sentence to show equivalent fractions. So, number 2 says 1/2, and then there's an orange set of tiles that have 1/6 on them. So, how many 1/6 are there that equals 1/2? Count them up. They're shaded. What did you get? 3/6. So 1/2 also equals 3/6. Okay? And now let's look at number 3. It has drawings of circles. There's one circle with 3 green shaded out of 4. And then there's one circle that has 6 green shaded out of 8. So 3/4. So how many is in that first circle shaded? 1, 2, 3 out of 4. Also equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of 8. So this is what your boxes should look like, if you can see that. Okay. All right, let's do it on this number line. It's showing us a number line now. So, number 4. So we know that 2/4, let's circle 2/4 up on that top number line. Let's circle 2/4, okay? And now, what one is directly below it? 4/8. So 2/4 also equals 4/8, okay? So that's how you figure that one out. 2/4 equals 4/8, okay? And now let's look at number 5. 1/3 equals what? How many fraction tiles are shaded in? 2 out of 6. So you're going to write 2/6. This is what your box should look like. And the fraction tiles really help because it lines it up perfectly for you, just like the number line, okay? So now 6, 7, 8, and 9, I want you to take a second. I'm going to do it with you too. And I want you to try to match up the fractions that equal each other. Remember, look at the fractions and see if you can match them up, the ones that go together, okay? Take your time, and I'm going to show your answers in about 30 seconds, okay? Does yours look like this? If it does, you did it correct. I'll leave it here for a couple more seconds. So if you kind of messed up, you can kind of see how I did that. I know this one was a little trickier because you didn't have them lining up just like this one, so you couldn't really tell. But if you really look, you will be able to see. So let's go over it. Number 6, 1/2 equals... 1/2 equals 4/8, okay? So how about you write 4/8 over on that sidebar over there, just like this, okay? And then 6/8 equals 3/4, okay? So this is 3/4. And then 1/3, or 2/3 equals 4/6. Okay, and then 1/4 equals 2/8. So this is what I did, just to kind of help me see that. Okay. All right, boys and girls, again, if you have any questions, I am open for FaceTime. You can have your parents message me. You are welcome to start your work now. I hope I explained that enough. I know this is a little hard, not being there personally to help you with any questions, but just keep doing your best. And again, I'm open for FaceTime calls. I'm open for text messages or anything. So if you need help, just let me know. Have a great Tuesday. Bye.